It was pretty fun at first, being able to watch Piper on the puppy cam whilst we were out. But it stopped being fun when I realised it wasn't just the dog Tom was keeping tabs on.
The camera was for the dog, and the dog alone. The fact is, Belle could have just as easily caught me having a private conversation. Maybe she did.
I even thought he had access to my laptop, after he pretty much threatened that private photos on there, photos that he had taken, could easily fall into the wrong hands.
I don't recall making any such threat. Now, if I did mention the photos, it would have been for Belle's own protection. I know I was always on at her about installing security updates on her laptop, but again, not for my benefit.
So when I found those tiny cameras in the house, I felt sick. Because I didn't know how long they'd been up there, or how many more there were. And I finally thought I was free of him, but he could never let me go.
It was only ever about keeping Belle safe. I was her husband, and I realize it might sound a little old-fashioned, but, well, I saw that as my responsibility. And it was a responsibility I took seriously.
Still can't wrap my head around all those cameras he had. Just watching her.
I don't know about any of you, but a couple of years ago, we got one of those video doorbells, you know, the ones that connect to your phone. So I checked mine in the break, just to make sure my husband had walked the dog. But if I'm honest, they can be a bit addictive. That little hit of power that you get. But when does it stop being something that is a little bit embarrassing to admit and becomes something else entirely? I'm not exactly sure where that point is, but I think we all recognize when a line has been crossed. And without a doubt, Tom crossed it.
I think that maybe we should take a little break.
You agree, don't you?
Maybe. No, I don't know.
That's something.
Yeah, all right. All the business with all the cameras and the tablet computer thingy, lying to the police saying he'd lost it, smashing it up. I'll admit, it's very hard to come up with an innocent explanation.
Right. So let's all remember exactly what we were asked to consider when we left that courtroom.
Do we have a candidate for foreman of the jury?
We do, Your Honor.
Very good. You may sit. Well, no doubt it's been a long day. But, having heard the case for the prosecution and the defense, and all the relevant points of law upon which your deliberations must rest, once again, may I remind you that in a case such as this, the prosecution has no choice but to rely on a good deal of circumstantial evidence. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I must send you away to consider your verdict on the charges brought against the defendant, Thomas King. Thank you.